All right, yeah, I'm here, guys. Sit tight. Um, it's gonna be pretty much just me in Baltimore. Yeah, I know. Oh, hold on. Yeah, Baltimore should be working his way in here, and Taylor should be finishing something up. Um, so right now, well, we're actually letting the audience build up, and for those who are already on here, go ahead. We're gonna have some fun tonight. We're gonna try to do a Q and A. That's right. We're gonna do a Q and A tonight. Everybody loves a good Q&A. And then with the Q&As, it gets into a great discussion. So, um, okay, awesome, Nikki. Yeah, for those who've already seen, Nikki will not be with us tonight. She will be at a concert tonight. That's right, she will be at a concert. So, and the Squatch Watchers are building up our audience on their platform, on their channel. And so, as soon as they get done, their people will be jumping over here. You know what? You know what's been amazing? Our last several shows been averaging between anywhere from 130 up to 230, which has been phenomenal. I mean, it's awesome. And I mean, just from the total amount of views in one shot, um, we've been getting getting a lot of likes. People have been really supporting our channel, so this is awesome. Um, and we got a couple new things that we got new going on. For those who've been following the last couple shows, between this channel and we've been on, well, we were with Squatch Watchers show last time, and we were on Bigfoot Odysseys show too. Um, and we have our upcoming annual event. If you get the opportunity, please check out our description of this live feed, which I'm going to get to that in very soon here. 'Cause we have a Mr. Frank Lambert. He's not with us right now, but Mr. Frank Lambert has become one of our sponsors through a donation, and he is going to be recognized in various ways. His name will be added to advertisements, promos. Look at there. Speaking of the devil, there he is. Mr. Frank Lambert is live with us right now. So, as I was saying, yeah, Mr. Frank Lambert is one of our sponsors, and so we're going to continue to work on gaining more sponsors for our upcoming ECBRO Virginia Bigfoot Con happening June 29th. And to become a sponsor, it's very easy, very easy. If you look at the description and the link added, copy and paste the PayPal link. You could donate $100. It's only $100 if you have, if you feel that you want to donate more. I'm not going to discourage you from that, but it's a minimum of at least $100, and you will become a sponsor. So, and again, that is for the ECBRO, our annual ECBRO Virginia Bigfoot Con, right here in Virginia. And if you're not too familiar with our event, I highly recommend you speaking to last year's attendees and everyone that went and partaked with that. We had amazing feedbacks. Our ratings were really high for that, and so it was awesome. Um, so yeah, for $100 donating through PayPal, you will become a sponsor, and you'll be promoted and added to our list and anything I put online. And when we have our event T-shirts produced, you'll be added to the event T-shirt as well. So yeah, your name will be carried around everywhere, and you will become known. Let me see here. I'm still waiting on Mr. Baltimore Galvan Jr. Now I am going to check on him very quickly. Um, let's see. He may be finishing up eating dinner. I'm not sure. It shows him online and active, but I don't know where he's at. Uh, Let me try one thing here. All right. All right. Well, tonight, what we're going to do tonight as well, I wanted this to do a little bit of Q&A. So, yeah, and what I just repeated about the donation and the sponsorship, I will repeat that here very shortly. I'll repeat it throughout the show. We're not going to go as long as we normally do on our Friday night shows, because a lot of you guys, probably wondering, like, wait, what day is it? Sometimes we do random, shows throughout the week, and here we are. We're doing a hump day, midweek show. So, first of all, I want to give a shout out again to Mr. Frank Lambert, one of our sponsors, Whiz Babs. From what I understand, Whiz Babs, your name is Barbara. Is that correct? And if so, some people don't like their real names put on here, so I totally understand. So, and Chubbs 008. Chubbs 008 is on here with us, and I know there's several others. Nikki was on here for a short while, and until she had to get ready to leave for her show. Michael Stewart was with us. Crystal Keith. All right. They're the ones that are available on the live chat that I see at the moment. All right, and wait a minute, I missed something here. There's something I was seeing here. Brandon Moore, how are you doing? I heard that you had an accident earlier. I hope you're doing okay. I had you written down on my piece of paper here. Everybody, keep Brandon in your thoughts because Mr. Brandon Moore had his accident earlier that prohibited him from. He was supposed to be on Datso Productions tonight, but he's pretty much laid back and resting right now. So again, Brandon, I hope you're okay. I hope you're doing all right. And all right, so again, this is a Q&A. You guys have any questions until I get Baltimore on here? Please feel free to throw the questions out there. And while Nikki's on the live chat, she can interact too. Okay, Brandon said it was just a small head injury. He'll be fine. All right. Well, I'm glad it's nothing serious. That's awesome. I am glad it's nothing serious at all. So I saw a picture of it. It looked pretty nasty there, though. It looked pretty nasty, but I'm glad you're okay. So, Celia, I'm here too. I'm just lurking. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Tonight's Q&A. What kind of questions you guys have for us tonight? Throw out the questions. All right, Dinobot. Who is Dinobot? What are your estimates for the number of Sasquatch in North America? I've heard estimates from John Bindernagel from 2,000 to 5,000 individuals. That's interesting coming from John Bindernagel. That is interesting. And that's just alone in North America. First of all, I would love to know if anybody knows John Bindernagel's calculations on that. I would think it's a little more than that. 2,000 to 5,000. I think, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, 2,000 to 5,000 individual Sasquatches. That may have been so, maybe at one point in time. But, in my honest opinion, I believe it's probably 3 times the size of that amount, if not more. Because there's too many eyewitnesses that we can't really dismiss. I mean, if you go into databases of eyewitnesses, and there's no way, in my opinion, that all these people are seeing the same Squatch. I don't know. That is an interesting question, but I really don't think that it's that low. I can't, So I'm not going to try to give a number out, but I do believe it's higher than between 2,500. So, howdy, Mr. Jeff. I see Mr. Jeff K is with us. Tracy Arnold, I'm glad, Tracy, you made it on. That's awesome. Faye Martin, Northeast Ohio Bigfoot Files. Glad to have you. This is awesome. Barry, I see Barry's on here. All right, our live chat is growing, ladies and gentlemen. Again, for those who are just jumping on, this is a Q&A. If you have questions, I'll try my best to respond. And also, if you're looking or interested in becoming a sponsor for our annual ECBR Virginia Bigfoot Con that's happening June 29th, a donation of $100 will get you sponsorship. Will get you on our advertising and promotions and our event T-shirt. So, and Mr. Frank Lambert, that is with us on the live chat, he is one of our sponsors through his donations. So, if you are interested, there is a link. If you look at our description of this live feed, there is a PayPal link in the description. So please check that out. And let me go back to our other page and see. Oh, we got Baltimore and Taylor made it with us. Awesome. Baltimore, Taylor, welcome aboard, guys.
What's
Thank
up,
you.
brother?
Yeah, I'm actually on the other page. I'm watching the live chat, and we got the live chat is growing, and
Yeah.
I guess that's thanks to you, Taylor.
I was over there promoting it a little bit. I was
Oh, okay, because I know you were live on yours a
Yeah.
little while ago.
yeah, I got on there trying to promote it a little bit for us. So hopefully it'll
Awesome. Well, I'm glad you guys made it on, and I think I threw off a few people because they're like, "Is it Friday yet?" Someone's asked. I was like, I said no. One of our random decisions to go live in the middle of the week. So so um what's been going on with you, Taylor? What you got going on?
just hanging out. I think we just committed to just go set up a table at the at a show in Gatlinburg on the 27th. I won't really promote that or whatever too much because it's not there to speak. Just getting ready. We put in. I actually got a call. A YouTube message from a guy that has like all these structures built on his land and stuff like that, but it's not his land. The guy is actually living there on a tent in a tent. So I don't want to give any names. And like there was a horse that's got spooked and was running around. He sent us the video of that. So we're debating on whether to go to that or not. So that within probably, I guess, next weekend. By next weekend, we might be going to that. I'm not for sure. He's talking to David, but David is looking at the pictures, making sure everything's legit before we go. That's about all the news I have so far this week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Real quick, we have. I'm trying to keep up since Nikki's not on here to help me keep up with the live chat. That's why I'm trying to stay on here. First of all, KS Smalls just shared this our live feed, which is awesome, and I want to give a shout out to a Helen Gomez. They are from your channel, Taylor.
Awesome.
And they are new to this channel. So I want to welcome them and thanks for coming on and checking us out. So
yeah.
So everyone make Helen Gomez welcome.
What's up, Helen?
Hey,
If Helen Gomez, if you're related to Selena Gomez, I would definitely love her autograph. That's my that's my celebrity crush.
These are pretty.
Yeah, Frank Lambert. Yeah, you're absolutely right. It's going to be a killer T-shirt by the time I get everybody put together in the design. I'm going to throw out a couple different designs and hopefully, see what goes. See which one works out. Barry said Alaska is hot today. The temperatures here have been pretty cold. Temperature's been probably in the low to mid 30s today. So, and it's getting cooler. Of course, as the evening goes by. We had a question earlier. I want you guys to jump in on this. I know we kind of talked about it before, but before I jump on to this next question, it was from Dinobot. 65, and let me back up to see if I can read. I want to read his um, first question because he's got a couple more. I think he popped up. Um, he says, "What are your estimates to the number of Sasquatch in North America? I've heard estimates from John Bindernagel from 2,000 to 5,000 individuals, and in my opinion, I explained to him I felt that that was a little low. I mean, it just didn't seem like 2,000, to 5,000. If you think about those numbers, think about one average state. Like I'm not gonna even use Virginia. I want to use a smaller state. Thinking about more like I don't know Rhode Island or Connecticut. You know, the
Yeah.
population in most average towns are usually between 500 to 1,000 in a small town um, of humans. But I don't know. Just those numbers don't seem like they add up to me. What's y'all's take? I'll start on the live chat. I got Baltimore from left to right, so I'll start with Baltimore. What do you think about the
Uh,
number of squatches on that?
well, it's really, I mean, it's really hard to say because I'll give you an example. Texas is the big state, and we
Oh
know
yeah,
that we have some out here, and and then California is another big state. Up north, we have a lot of big states up there. Oregon, Washington State. I mean, we have a lot of big states out there. And I believe as long as there are big forests still around in the United States, a big portion of these numbers will stay hidden. And then number, I cannot give you a number. Um, I would say Texas. I just throwing it out there, just a ball figure. I would say pretty up there, maybe 1,000 or 1,000 or more. So because everything depends upon because we got a whole bunch of them in the swamps of East Texas and close to Louisiana. I
oh
mean,
yeah,
we have a bunch of them out there. I am throwing the swamp apes in there. I mean, there's no number. We just can't say. We can't say how long a Bigfoot uh, uh, can have a baby a year because we don't know. How long it would take for a female squash to have a baby. We just don't know that.
right. All right. Yeah, because thinking about the state of Texas alone, I could almost picture at least easily three. Take the state of Virginia. Take the whole shape of state of Virginia. I think you can put Virginia and Texas three times easily. Maybe a fourth time, but I think if you take the state of Virginia, multiply that times three. That's not. I mean, and you still have more Texas land left over.
Oh,
you
for
know,
sure.
so yeah, that goes to show how big Texas is. And Virginia is a fairly decent sized state compared to several others too. It's not the smallest state in the, you know, out of the United States, but it's I don't know, it's a pretty interesting way to
See
look
that?
at that. So
See also too, Daniel. Our state is divided four ways. You got your South Texas, your East Texas, West Texas. North Texas. We basically are, and the terrain of our state is everything is different. You go to the hill country, you got a lot of hills, up there. We got a lot of caves up there towards the San Antonio, straight up. There. I mean, our terrain is just totally different. It's just totally different.
right, absolutely. Well, what's your take on that, Taylor?
I don't want to look crazy, man. I would have to agree with Baltimore on that. You just don't know, but I would say I don't know about the thousand per county. So is that what someone said, or was it hundreds per county? I would say a
Uh,
thousand per. If Texas has a roughly 1,000 is what he just said, I would say North Carolina would have what, a few hundred, couple, like probably 500 to 600, if you know what I'm saying. If I
If
don't, yeah, yep. If I would say, yeah, yep. So yeah, I would say way more than 4 to 5,000 though in the whole United States.
yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Um. All right, we got another one here that's very interesting. I'm not sure how you. I'm not. sure how familiar you guys are with scientific names when it comes to various species. But Dinobot65 asked another question: What would you scientifically call Sasquatch? Yeah, and then he goes on after that question. He goes on to say, "I have heard from the YouTube channel Edge that they speculatively called it. See if I can pronounce this. Ameripithecus giganteus, meaning America's giant ape.
Gigantopithecus.
Yeah, see, it's Ameripithecus gigantus, meaning America. I know I'm getting tongue tied saying it, but it's right here. So, but with what it means, what he's saying this means is what this channel is saying. American's giant ape. I might have to agree with that. That's
See,
just
but
me, guys. That's just me. I'm sorry.
yeah, but I'm thinking, that we would actually have to take ape out of it because I don't think, an ape is a totally different type of species,
Right.
and I think that we got a totally different species out here besides an ape.
Yeah.
We have to name it. The thing is, whoever discovers it could name it whatever it wants,
You're
whatever
right.
he wants. That's the thing,
Yeah,
So
you're right.
yeah. So the thing is, again, it's are we going to keep whoever finds it or discovers it? Well, here's a thing up there, but whoever discovers it or anything like that, are we going to? Would you keep the same name as it has now, or would you reach or would you rename it?
Yeah.
I ain't even gonna lie. I'd probably rename it.
Huh?
I'd probably rename it. I ain't even gonna lie.
Yeah. I mean,
And Ted, what would you call it?
I don't know, but you would have to if like, you know what I'm saying. If I discover something, like, I'm gonna name it myself. I mean, Bigfoot's cool. I would be AKA Bigfoot, but I would name it
Right.
like,
well, yeah, Bigfoot
yeah,
Sasquatch is more of the scientific term.
yeah.
I mean, because for those who know the name Sasquatch first originated came out of who was it? Burns. I have to look it up. Peter Burns, I believe, is the one who basically used that name more, using it more in a plural sense when it comes to Bigfoot, because the name Bigfoot came out of it was from a Native American term that meant, yeah, heavy-footed man. Um, so that term Bigfoot, was pretty much, yeah, it's kind of hard to confuse. It's unless I'm reading the information, but yeah, Sasquatch actually became a term that originated from a plural sense of speaking about Bigfoot. Um, see if I can think. Hold on, give me 1 second. I might be able to tell you who it is.
That would be something to think about, though. What would you name it if you discovered it? That would be like, would you want to be like greedy and cocky and name it after you, or would you? I don't know. I'd probably.
Yeah, because I'll give you some information here. I'm
Yeah.
trying to remember what it was, but here I'll read something to you. This here, I believe it should speak of Burns in here somewhere. I'm pretty sure. Because Burns in North American folklore, Bigfoot or Sasquatch are said to be hairy, upright, walking, ape-like creatures that dwell in the wilderness and leave footprints. They are strongly associated with Pacific Northwest, particularly Oregon, Washington, British Columbia, and individuals claim to see the creature across North America. Over the years, these creatures have inspired numerous commercial ventures and hoaxes. The plural noun Bigfoot and Big Feet are both acceptable. Folklorists trace the figure of Bigfoot to a combination of factors, and sources include folklore surrounding the European wildman figure, folk belief among Native Americans and loggers, and cultural increase environmental concerns. A majority of mainstream scientists have historically discounted the existence of Bigfoot, considering it to be a combination of folklore, misidentification, and hoax rather than a living animal. A minority, such as anthropologists Grover Kantz and Jeff Meldrum, have expressed belief in the creature's existence. Okay, well that ain't what I thought I was gonna read. But there is a Burns who actually the name. Yeah, I want to say it's Peter Burns who used the name or basically gave it the name of the term Sasquatch, which originated out of the Hucklemeal Sasquatch or whatever, which is used more in, again in the plural sense, referring to Bigfoot and more than one, which originated the word Sasquatch. So, but but yeah, Bigfoot, Sasquatch. I think those names will always be forever. But
Yeah.
but as far as a scientific term for them, like what's a bear? Homo erectus? No, there's erectus black eye or something like that. Um, I don't know. I can't remember the terms. There's so many terms for different species, and I just never really paid too much attention to them.
Yeah.
So um, like an ape alone, the scientific term for an ape is a homo. It's a hominid dea, no hominidea.
Yeah.
So I'm probably
Okay.
pronouncing that incorrectly too. But so um, so yeah. Let me scroll down here. That was interesting to talk about.
Somebody said Pica Piethicus erectus. I don't know half of these words.
Yeah, there's some long terms, long words, scientific words.
I do love the
Uh,
guy who named like the T Rex. He's just like T Rex, Tyrannosaurus Rex. That was just like simple. I mean, then the I don't know. That'd just be. I think it's cool when it comes to naming these. Like, where do people get some of these names? It's just like, oh my gosh.
oh yeah, I know. Scientists come up with these names and they're like, "What the heck? Where? Yeah, please explain. Put it in lame terms for us dummies." Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of explorers came down here and actually explored North and South America, and so they named these creatures, sometimes even in Latin names and stuff like that, and they had to name them something. So they
Yeah.
went up there and they just wrote down, the best name for it.
Oh.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, that does make sense then. That's probably where these words are coming from that I've never heard before.
Mhm.
I didn't even
Dynamite.
think about that.
All right. I'm still going down. So if I missed a question, guys, I'm sorry. I'll try to scroll down carefully. The next question is also from Dynawat65. What are your thoughts on the Minnesota Iceman? And have you heard of the YouTube channel named Bob Gimlin? He does a lot of scientific videos on the possibility of Sasquatch. And the YouTube channel Bob Gimlin is not Bob Gimlin himself
Okay.
because he spelt it differently. It's more like Gimlin. Gymlan is the way it's spelt here. So I don't know, but as far as Minnesota Iceman, I don't know nothing about that except for just
Me
pictures
neither.
and yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen pictures of it and I've heard about it, but I don't know nothing about it.
That's not the guy that has like the head and the foot and all that, is it? Like the dude
Oh,
that's not
I
the
know
Minnesota.
he. I don't think it has anything to do with him. No, I think it's
Okay,
something totally.
okay.
Yeah, yeah. You're thinking about that
I didn't know if
dog
that.
trainer guy or whoever
Yeah.
he is. No, I'm not sure about that.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know about that then.
Barry said I haven't seen any Sasquatch here in Alaska yet. Well, there's been sightings up there. They're there.
Mm.
I believe they are. I mean, there's plenty of sources for them and a lot of terrain. I've heard stories from Todd Neese. I believe they've seen them off the shorelines up there around because Todd Neese, one of his projects is Operation Sea Monkey, I believe it's called, and a lot of their research is done off their boats, off their yachts, scanning the shorelines and stuff. And but yeah, Todd Neese has a large expanse of research up through the coastal shores from Washington going to British Columbia. Yeah, I believe they've been up through Alaska and everything. And but I don't know. I know they've done some. I know there's been sightings up there, and especially according to documentaries, they reported seeing them up there. Um, Whiz Babs, yes, thank you. That would be a good idea. That way, it'll be easy for me to find them. So yeah, anybody that has questions, try to put them in caps so I can find them easier. Because Nikki's not with us for me to help locate questions here. All right.
They add some of their name. Okay.
Yeah, Frank Lambert. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Oh well, since you don't. Oh, okay. He said, "Oh well, since you don't know about the Minnesota Iceman, go to Bob Gimmel's YouTube channel. He did an almost 30-minute video discussing." Okay.
I'll check that
All
out.
right. Very cool. Truth God, Allentown Transparency Service. Have you ever seen Bigfoot? I've had an encounter where there was actually six of us total that's seen 3 of them. But 1 out of the 3 was more seen than the others. The others were just mainly just plain, just eye shine. But the tallest one, there was a silhouette and shape made out of it, and because this took place after midnight, and we believe that they were a family unit, a juvenile, a female, and a male. However, that's just speculation because that's more of an assumption, just going based off of that they were together and the heights, and but that's what we like to believe. So yeah, that's right. Tracy Arnold was there.
Yeah.
He was one of the 6 witnesses there. So, um, let's see. Now what else we got here? They are mine.
Daniel, let me say something real quick about the sightings and stuff. Uh, when you have a sighting, when I had mine, it was very totally unexpected. It was very unexpected. And so the thing was for me was if I would have had a camera on me or whatever, taking a photo of it, would I've been fast enough to do that? But the only thing is, I mean, you only have seconds. You only have seconds. You know what it is. I
Oh
mean,
yeah,
but your mind. But the thing is, what your mind starts, playing tricks on you. Like, what is that? And you run down to your mind about these certain things, and they come rapid. It's not a coyote. It's not this. It's not this. It's that. What the hell is that? And you're looking at it. He goes, and you come up there. He goes, well, I don't think that's what it is it? And stuff like that comes to your mind. By that time, sucker's gone, and you're talking about seconds.
yeah,
And then it's always. I have a camera with me at all times. I have it brought up here, and I have it on just in case if I have like seconds to take a photo of it. But I think I could have a shot at it, with my camera. But you have to be quick. I mean, they're there 1 minute and gone the next, and the only thing that's left behind is the smell.
Well, yeah, I agree with you. Because another thing is, and I'm sure you'll agree with this, and a lot of others too. Even with a camera, and when if you happen to see something when it's totally unexpected, is just you get caught up in that moment, and a camera, when you're seeing something for the first time and you're struck by it and you're amazed by it, even whatever equipment you have or cameras you might have, I know a lot of people. It's happened to me. You don't think about pulling out a camera or something to get a better look at it. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I know that's what happened with us. We didn't think about pulling our night vision out till we got back to our camp. We were kicking ourselves in the butt because me and Tracy Arnold both had night vision binoculars in our backpacks. Not once did we ever think about pulling them out. We could have had the clearest look at them, because they weren't that far. They were probably about 30, 40 feet from us. So yeah, it
So
was a very
yeah.
close.
See, the thing is now. The thing is now when you go out there, more aware. It goes, hey, I better get ready just in case. Again, it's like win the lottery. You just never know, but you have to take that chance.
Right. Absolutely. Um, Many Bird 72 asked a question, and maybe you could touch on this one, Baltimore. Do you guys consult with native elders in research projects?
Um, I'll tell you like this. I talked to my elders before, and mind you, in my band, there were thousands in my band. In 1984, there was only 35 people remaining, so I have a small number of elders that I could speak to, but just one that I speak with. And then when it comes to the Bigfoot subject and everything like that, that's all me. Because number one, I don't want to disrespect my tribe. I don't want to disrespect my family. I don't want to disrespect anybody with the information that I give is true. I don't want to give no false information at all. Or if I have a philosophy: when in doubt, throw it out. And
That's
then
right.
just you come up there and I take a picture of a coyote. Excuse what I'm about to say, but if I see a coyote taking a shit and I take a photo of it, it's a squatch, then I'm gonna be in trouble because there's going to be a lot of people going to be calling me, texting me, and whatever. I probably have like 30, 40 people calling me up and saying, "Hey, dude, you messed up."
Right.
So I have people watching me. I have to. It has to be right. It has to be perfect. If not, why am I here?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. There was another question in here for you, Baltimore. Well, I don't know if it's not really a question; it's more of a statement. Celia said, "Baltimore, it's like trying to take pictures on a whale watch. Very hard, and that's when you're looking for them." That's
Exactly.
actually true. Yeah, good point.
Yeah. The thing is, Celia. It's like this. It's like this. I mean, it's always good to be prepared. It's always good to be prepared.
Right.
Always have your camera set on motion, and did it with shutter speeds and everything like that. If you know your camera, you know, pra- you know, I just thought of this today. It's like people a long time ago practiced their quick draw with their pistols a long time ago in the Western movies and everything. Try it with your camera. Come up there and check if you can get something like 50, 60 yards away, or 30 yards, 40 yards, and just practice with it and try to get it perfect.
Right.
Because again, you only got that one shot. I mean, people in the Bigfoot community wish that they could see what I saw, or kind of wish that they would have an experience. But once you have that experience, and once you have that second or 2 seconds, whatever the animal gives you, that's all you got, and you may never have another chance again.
Yep.
Mm.
It's always good to be prepared. It's always good to be focused. It's always good to be aware of your surroundings.
Oh
So that's
yeah.
what, that's what makes us researchers. We gotta think outside the box, guys. We just can't think randomly. We just have to be professional and doing our things the best way we can possibly do it.
Yeah. And as Zach said in here, said, which it's funny because I remember Ronald J. Moorhead saying this, but he said, in the words of Ronald J. Moorhead, it's tough.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, because that's how Ronald J. Moorhead said it. I remember he made that statement. It's tough. Well, when he was asked about something during the Q&A at the conference last year. Yeah, he grabbed the mic over from somebody. He's like, "It's tough." I forget what the question was, but it was funny though. uh, um, what else? I'm missing a few things here. Back up a little bit here. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, keep in mind I even added it in the live chat. It's also found in the description of this live stream. If you want to become a sponsor for the ECBRO's Virginia Bigfoot Conference happening June 29th, there is a PayPal link to donate. We have Mr. Frank Lambert that's with us in the live chat, who is one of our sponsors through that. So please take advantage of the PayPal. Become a sponsor today and start getting your name put out there. And also, you will be added to our official event T-shirt. So something to keep in mind as well. Yeah, if you have a name and a logo, all that can be added to whatever you want added as part of the promotional deal will be added. So, and if you have links to different groups that you support or that you may even operate, all that could be added as well. So,
Hey, hey,
Case
Daniel,
Walls said she'll be right back. Okay. All right. Thanks for being on here, Case Walls. What's that, Baltimore?
do you have any T-shirts for sale?
Not right now. No, I haven't created none yet. So,
Okay,
but
because I definitely want to get one.
oh, okay, yeah. When I go ahead and get ready to do that, I'm doing them different than I did last year. So whoever orders one, they'll have them directly shipped to them.
Perfect.
Cause yeah, cause last year, I ended up bringing some to the conference. Um, the ones that people ordered, and they picked them up, and there was a couple left over that didn't get picked up. So those had to get sent out, and I still had actually I have Tracy's Arnold's too, so I still have his. I have a bad habit of trying to get things sent out. That's why I'm not going to bother with that next year or this year. So if somebody buys a T-shirt, they'll have it shipped directly through them through the manufacturer. So I find it a lot easier. um, let's see. Helen. Oh, apparently Helen asked a question. I'm trying to scroll back up and see what that was. Oh, okay. Helen Gomez says, Mr. Baldemar, please excuse my ignorance, but do the elders write down the knowledge of the past in journals for the future?
No,
Ah,
I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why. It is very sacred to us about Bigfoot. Because we don't call it Bigfoot. It's the guardian of the forest. It's a spirit of the forest, and it's a special animal. It's a special. We there's some natives believe that they have their own tribes down there. That they have. That's a tribe of people that they keep to themselves.
right,
Why should we bother them? That's what a lot of people believed in. And then because the thing was, our time was the daytime and theirs was the night. So that's why it was always that's why the night was very sacred. Because the
right,
thing is, again, if you're going to talk about Native American folklore and everything like that, you have to think about what is sacred to our people.
right,
Because there's sometimes stuff is not written down on books. A lot of stuff has been passed down from generation to generation, and there's sometimes the stories have to be right. The thing is, again, is also too, is that there's sometimes that we didn't write it down, but there's sometimes that we have to actually kept it together in our songs, because it's a lot of stuff that people forget about, because
mm,
because a lot of the stuff we didn't write down, a lot of stuff we sang about, and a lot of those songs are gone because nobody knows. There's sometimes there's some elders that have the songs that are the 80s or 90 years old, and sometimes even 100, but a lot of these songs are gone. And the thing is, again, that's how we kept our traditions going. And because we didn't write nothing down. Because the thing is, again, hieroglyphics. We could find all these hieroglyphics written on the wall, but just to understand what these people were actually writing a long time ago, what were they saying? I don't know. Just by looking at the picture, because
right,
I'm not part of their band. I'm not. I could make up a lot of assumptions, but a lot of the because assumptions that it could be making a fool out of me if I interpret them wrong. Somebody could call me up and say, Mr. Galvan, he goes, no, that wasn't what these symbols are. It meant this.
right. I am very glad that got addressed. I'm glad that was asked. That was awesome. Um,
Yeah, I'm just hoping that that I'm answering it right.
mhm,
There's a lot of people. There's a lot of people that fail to understand is that Native American Indians, we keep our stuff very sacred and we keep our stuff very private.
right,
And the thing is, again, I cannot say a lot of stuff that I really would like to say on this program, because the thing is, again, because it's sacred to our people.
right,
And then the thing is, again, anybody could be watching me, and and again, one slip up from me, that's going to be the end. But that's why I have to be accurate, and I have to be respectful, and I have to be careful upon what I say, because I just can't say, well, make up certain names, Native American names or anything like that. That means doesn't mean anything. And it's like a perfect example. I'm going to give an example. It's like Tonto and the Lone Ranger. For years we have been saying that Tonto, that Kibo Sabe means longtime friend. It don't. It basically means Keno Sabe means basically means a longtime friend. It doesn't. It means Keno Sabe, and basically means he don't know. That's what it means. It's Spanish, for God's
right.
sake. And tonto means stupid and dumb. So we passed it down to the American people, saying that this is what it means, but it doesn't.
Right.
So that's a little bit of information.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's something that we should all take note of. For various reasons. All right. Let's see. Yeah, so that's a good. I mean, again, who actually I forget. That was Helen Gomez who answered that, right? Yeah. Who asked that?
I'll
So.
give you. I'll give you another example. I'm sorry to do this.
Oh
But,
no, go ahead. Feel free.
It's like squaw. Squaw. They were saying, and is the Indian word is a female Indian. It's not. It means a whore.
Wow.
I bet you only know that. See, I mean, that's a part of history that you'll have to learn. It's stuff that's dealing with that we pass on.
Yeah.
Even Peter Pan. I forgot the lady's name in Peter Pan. Excuse me, and they even called her a whore. So the thing is, again, we have to be real careful upon what we say out there. So that's what makes us us, and that's what I do. I walk the red road. Again, there's sometimes I have to be perfect, and I cannot. I hate giving false information, dealing about Native American stuff to y'all because that does not make me look good.
Right. Yeah. What was I gonna say? Yeah. The Peter Pan. I think the native girl on that. Yeah. Wasn't it? Princess Tiger Lily, wasn't it?
Tiger Lily.
Yeah, Princess Tiger Lily.
Yeah.
That's what they called her on Peter Pan, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken.
And there was a scene in the movie that they were beating the drums and everything like that, and the Wendy said, "This squall, go home."
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That was the old movie. Yeah.
Huh. Oh, I see. I'm not seeing what they're talking about because I'm on a different window looking at the live chat. But Faye Martin says that's a pretty little dog you got, Mr. Baldwin.
That's Chili.
I know. I thought it was a cat at first because it jumped up like all smooth. I was like, no, that's a dog. I was like,
I have a cat. I have a cat around here too. His name's Gonzo.
really?
He's my alarm clock.
He doesn't have a nose like Gonzo from the Puppets, does he?
No, he does not.
All right, I'm trying to back up here. I know I missed some questions here. Nat the Cat says, have any of you researchers had the government restrict the area that you are researching? No, that's never been an issue for me.
Never have been.
Especially where I go, it's a national forest, but no one's ever reported nothing strange out of there to the public. They're too afraid to.
Now, I'll tell you this. I've had the game warden flash the lights on me and stop me and asking me if I had any more Bigfoot reports because
Really?
he wants to be informed about the stuff that goes on. And then which I don't mind it, and I would give him information. But the thing is, again, I know that I will not get any information from him.
Right, exactly.
But as long as he knows that there's something going on here, and if because one of these days I might need his help and say, hey, dude, this is, or maybe if something gets shot, or whatever. I want to find out who shot it.
Yeah.
So
it probably wouldn't be a bad idea that if this individual, if you guys know each other close enough to almost on a personal level, perhaps that's something you guys could hey, this guy, if he learns something, maybe he might say, hey, Baltimore, you want to go check this out? Then again, it's like he's the authority by law, so. But it'd be nice if he would inform you, say, hey, you want to come check this out, and you can gather some information on. I gotta go investigate this sighting. Or maybe, hey, there's something large and heavy got ran over, and it's in the middle of the road. That'd be cool if he was to contact you and have you come check that out.
But I have a feeling, Daniel, that since I've been so much in the Lil always says I'm a small fish in a big pond.
Right.
And I'm thinking that if there were be some information or something like that around here, or something that needs to be tracked, I'm a pretty good tracker. And but the thing is, again, I'm a pretty good tracker. If they need help tracking, I won't mind doing that.
Right.
But I am pretty sure that they will contact me just in case if something goes on, because I have so many people out there watching and stuff like, and a lot of people talk to each other now,
Yeah.
which is great. But that's again, that's what makes the researching great here is that a lot of people now have been a lot of people now have been talking about it. The old timers, the 8, 9 year old kids. I mean, 7 year old kids, even little babies that are like 3 and 4, that their grandpa says, "Hey, make a Bigfoot sound," and they make it. I see that, and I'm pleased because, I started that here, and I'm pretty sure that you started stuff over there in Virginia and in Virginia and all around the United States too, Daniel. And
Right.
the thing is, again, it's what we get out of it, so that's what makes everything worthwhile. And we actually do our jobs.
Oh yeah. It's I tell you what. Also, when you're doing something like what we're doing, you go in public and people are like, I've only happened. Well, I've really have only had it happen maybe once, but but I do recall there was a time where I was recognized out in public in a restaurant. I said, "Hey, you're Daniel, right?" Well, actually, they called my name first. I didn't know who they were. I was like, "Yeah, what's up? How you doing?" I said, "Yeah, I follow you on YouTube." Blah blah blah. I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." He recognized my face, which I thought was awesome. So, and he lived local, and ever since I met him there, we got his, exchanged names and everything, and well, I got his name, and so yeah, he learns of a few things here in Virginia. Every now and then he'll message me on Facebook, ask me how I'm doing. He's disabled. He don't get around too much, but he's actually shared a lot of information with me, about some road sightings that happen in certain areas, and it's some of the areas he shared these informations with. I was like, man, just a couple of years before, like the story he shared with me one time, there was a road sighting just in that same area, but like a year ago, 2 years ago from that time he told me. So I was like, yeah, it's definitely a hotspot there. I mean, so um, so yeah, it's cool when you meet people that that are into it and that try to follow up on things for you and inform you on things. So it's a good thing. Um, let's see. Let's see. What else we got here? We got other things going on here. Uh, 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 Steve Myers asked, yeah, because Wiz Babs, I must have overlooked this, but Wiz Babs is asking for Steve Myers. When searching for Sasquatch, what scare tactics will they use to make you leave the area? Ooh, that's a good one.
Just a good one, Daniel.
Yeah. Uh, well, I've had a large rock thrown at me one time.
Mm.
Um, as far as I know, I can't really say I've had anything else happen to me. I never had been growled at. That's for sure. My father heard a growl, but and didn't know where the heck it came from. He thought it could have been a mountain lion because it was during hunting season a couple years ago, and me and Dad weren't that far apart because when he, when we met back up, I told him, I said, "Dad, I heard a tree knock. It was behind me. I thought it was you." He showed me where he was at. I said, "Well, no, it couldn't have been you because I wouldn't have heard it as close as I did." He said, "Well, when he was sitting back where he was at, that's when he heard a growl." I was like, "What the heck?" So I don't know. I mean, the growl, could have been anything, but it's the fact that that same time, that same moment, I had a tree knock somewhere behind me. So, but I don't know. What do you guys think? Tracy Arnold said something about a bluff charge
Yeah.
and that's so.
I'll tell you like this. One area that I haven't been to, and I've been wanting to go, and this area, they already had like one sighting for sure, and the other one, um, Daniel, I told the story before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did it with my cousin, and that sound that he was making, mimicking it,
Oh,
and
okay. Yeah. Yep.
he comes up there, and he would make a sound, and my cousin would make a sound that louder than he was making it, and he would make it louder again, and they were playing this sound game. And then my uncle comes up and says, "Hey, knock it off." He goes, "Knock it off. I don't know what the hell this thing is. Just knock it off." And sure enough, man, he comes up there and he sounded. It says like one of them air brakes to the vehicle, to the trucks. That's how loud the sucker was.
Wow.
And then all of a sudden it started going towards. They said it would start, and they went to the brush. It was sounded like a bulldozer was coming through it, and
Wow.
everybody went inside on that vehicle and hauled ass. And I'm going like this. I'm going like this. Is a number one is that you shouldn't get to that point. Because again, we just don't know. This now you're talking something's dangerous now that you pissed him off, and there's no telling what he's going to do because you haven't seen it yet. But once he comes out all upset and everything like that, the very first thing you're going to do, you're going to freeze because you're so scared. But
Yeah.
it should not come to that point. When you hear stuff like that, you don't know, and you're not familiar with it. Hey, dude, it's time for me to go. So
Right. Yeah. John on live chat said like howling like a fire engine, and
Yeah.
then he goes on to say yes, it sounded like a bulldozer is correct. Yeah. Think about. Have you guys seen the movie The Water Boy?
Yeah.
yes,
Kind of like the Water Boy said to the other football player. You sound like a choo-choo train.
Yeah.
hey,
I
Daniel, I'm
can,
gonna be gone for around 5-10 minutes. I gotta go feed this my dog. Come on, Chippy. Chippy.
okay.
Peppers, come on, let's go eat.
Oh, we had a surprise. We had a surprise pop up here in the live chat. We got Nikki Cologne in the live chat again. Cool. She's making a mention. Because Tracy Arnold said he was recently bluff charged this week. He said he was scared to death.
Mhm.
So, uh, he says you don't see it, but you know it's coming, and it stops. Ooh, man. I don't know what I would do in that situation because you know there's something there coming towards you. Yeah, I
Yeah.
could. I'm not gonna lie, that would scare me too. I'm not afraid to admit that. I
Mm.
mean, I haven't been in that situation, but I can picture myself being there. That would scare me, especially if you're alone.
Yeah.
If you're, yeah. So yeah, because
It happened to David and Toby probably like 2 years ago. It was
really,
yeah, like the thing like was shaking a tree. Like this is like one of Toby's first times there. And like David, I'm sure he'll tell this story at the conference. Like it was shaking the tree and then it was like getting closer and closer. Well, David started screaming back like, "Oh, hey, whoa!" And all of a sudden you heard like you heard the grunt and you could hear it saying like taking its step back and then it like just basically went off back into the trees or whatever. And I was like, holy cow! If I was there that night, I'd have died.
wow.
I'd have stroked out.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Well, I've never been bluff charged, but I tell you one thing that did had me on edge. It was 2015 when it was during hunting season and I was camping, and I've told this story a number of times too. Is when I walked out to the middle of the forest road about 9:30, almost 10 o'clock at night. I had a spotlight in my hand, but I didn't have it turned on. And once I got to the middle of the road, now, keep in mind there was no one else in the area whatsoever. There was nobody camping. There was one other spot that was just next to me through the woods a little ways. There was nobody there, and as far as up to the other road, there was no campsites for another at least quarter mile or so. And but so I was in I walked up to the middle of the forest road, and that's when I decided to turn my spotlight on. And even though I didn't see it, when I heard a deer take off, I was like, okay, I kicked up a deer when I started shining my light. And then when I panned over to my right real slowly and got around between 1 and 2 o'clock, that's when I heard something very large and heavy. And by the way it stepped away, the way it was walking away, you could clearly hear one step after another, where bipedal, and every step it took had weight on it, and every crunch and thump it took, it like literally had my heart up in my throat because that was no bear. I could tell you that bears are very quiet, and I don't care how big that bear is. The bears are quiet. And what I was hearing walking away from me, thank God it was walking away. It was no bear. So it was pretty thrilling. I guess you could say it was quite the thrill for me. So
Yeah.
but yeah, that I mean, at the same time, I thought it was cool as heck, But
Oh yeah.
so this is something because I know there was something heavy there. I like to believe what we experienced in 2014 and what I heard there may have been two totally different subjects. Because
Yeah.
when those three subjects walked away, it may have been the terrain. Because when we had our encounter, there was like a lot of the soft, it's real thick, flat, soft, clumpy grass where you could walk in it and not make make a sound because during the hunt season, I walked in those areas and I've almost walked up on deer before. That's how quiet it is. You can easily walk around in there without being heard. But right around the corner from that, in the same part of the woods, because where I had this large, heavy subject walk away from me, it was the same set of woods, just up around the corner. Within walking distance. I mean, so because in this area here, there's more leaves and debris and sticks on the ground, and it's closer to the creek. So I don't know. So I believe they come. What they do, they cross that creek. They go up into the woods. They go up on that ridge up there. That's where I believe they come from.
Yeah.
So and because there's another way to get in there. There's a logging road that you go in, you cross the creek up around the corner, and you go in. There's two logging roads that split off. One goes up on the lower part of the front of that ridge, and the other one goes all the way around on the back side of the ridge. So. And that's one thing I hope we get enough people to come out and camp with us because I definitely have a night investigation plan if we get enough people to do a stakeout. I may do it in April when we got the group of people coming down in April because I got some pretty good ideas to try when they come down. So for those who are disliking the video of this live stream, thank you for giving us.
Oh, they are.
Yeah, I got 4 dislikes. 27 likes, but it's probably never mind.
Yeah.
So it's all good. Thank you for watching us. We do appreciate the views. Because even though you're disliking, your views are adding to my monetization funds. So God bless you. God bless you. Love you all. So all right, let me try to catch up here. Annalise asks, do you think Bigfoot makes you leave due to other dangers? Do you think Bigfoot makes you leave due to other dangers? That's a good question. I believe that could be a possibility, but so I don't know. Baltimore, what do you think about that?
Now, what was the question again?
Do you think Bigfoot makes you leave due to other dangers that might be in the area, I guess?
I want to say that, you know what, guys, whoever asked that question, that's an excellent, excellent question. I think if I want to think like this, I want to think if there is some danger along there, let's say like a mountain lion and stuff like that, and if he knew that there was something around there, and then if he knew I was there, I would think that he would do something to help me in a certain way. It's just like that little boy that got lost and said he was with a bear. We just don't know the whole story because he's a young little kid.
Oh yeah,
Because they have, how many stories have they been out there that we do not know about Bigfoot helping people out when they were injured, lost, or whatever. That is a superb question. Whoever asked that question, you did. You got me. So that's the best way for me to answer it.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That was from Annalise. Yeah, Annalise asked that question, and yeah, thank you for bringing that up, Wizbabs, because Wizbabs pointed that out that she had asked. Oh, all right. Hold on. Let me read this here. I want to see what this says about Todd Standing. Dinobot65 said, "I just asked Todd Standing on his live stream what he would call Sasquatch, and he did. He did respond, and he said that he called it Homo americanus. I've heard that before. Perhaps I probably heard it from him. I don't know because I did on occasions I do check up and I'll watch him sometimes. Homo americanus. All right, that's interesting. Thank you for getting back with us on that, Dinobot. Thank you for that. John said, "Yeah, I was in my stand one day, and it came to me stomping the ground. It was so loud. The only way I can it's just the only way I can explain it. Just like boom, 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 stopping right to my deer stand at dark. Yep. Well, that's the thing. When the subject that walked away from me at night, even though I didn't see it, the one in 2015, it was a boom, but it wasn't fast like that. It was like it wasn't slow, but it wasn't fast either. Like it was no hard. Like it had a boom, 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 boom.
Mhm.
But each boom was like a crunch in there because you like if there was limbs on the ground, you could hear you could literally hear a snaps and the crunch and yeah. And while you're hearing it with your ears, you could also feel it in the chest. That's I guess because my heart was beating and the adrenaline was pumping. So all right, we're doing pretty good. We got 5 dislikes now. Congratulations. That's awesome. Um, so that's probably the same one that wants to do a lawsuit on me for talking about Bigfoot. Oh well.
Oh wow.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know, something, Daniel. I was thinking about this today. It's a shame.
Hmm.
It really is. We, you know, I, what's a researcher? What I do is I just go to the woods and just have myself a good old time. Bring my camera, go birding. Look for different things and stuff like that type deal.
Oh
And
yeah.
I don't go down over there, go into the woods just looking for Bigfoots and just looking for structures or anything like that. If I find something that's out of the ordinary, then yeah, I'll document it. Yeah, I'll take some photos of it and I ask the questions later. And then so the thing is again dealing with that lawsuits and stuff like that. That's kind of stuff. It really takes away from the focus of what we are doing.
Right.
We are trying to find a species out there that people say that don't exist. And
Yep.
then when people like this come up there and bring up these threats or whatever it is, all it is just threats. Because the thing is, again, it's basically what it's doing to the Bigfoot community. It is putting the Bigfoot community down.
Yeah.
And if you do, if it, again, it's like what the way that I said it earlier. If you screw up one time, I mean, just one time, and put something down one time, everybody's going to remember you.
Mhm.
When I do something right, no one remembers. But when I do something wrong, no one forgets. And this
Right.
is exactly what's going on today. And
Mhm.
then people need to start growing up and start going a set of balls and coming up there and saying, hey, look, if you're really a true researcher like you are, number one, stop the bullshit. Number two, just do the job where we are at hand. And that is to prove to everybody, to prove to the world that we do have a primate, something here in the United States that is walking on two legs, that is hairy, that people are seeing. And the rest of the stuff is bullshit.
Yep.
People need to get away from this crap, fighting or whatever. The thing is, again, I call a spade a spade. I call it the way I see it. So that's what makes me me. If anybody wants to follow my example, perfect. If y'all want to fight, bicker, whatever, that's your thing. But I got my set focused. I got my mindset, and I've got a job to do. And I believe that I'm going to find this creature here in South Texas, and I'm going to photograph it. I know I've seen it, and I know how it walks, and I have my timeline and everything for it. And the little stuff like little bickering here and there, whatever people have to say is bullshit. And I got a
Yeah.
job to do, and that's the way a researcher should do.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah. Absolutely. That was actually part of a question I was actually going to get to for all this tonight because I have been giving this a lot of thought, and along with what you said, there's for those of us that take this serious, but we like to have fun with it. Like you stated, We go out in the woods. We love nature. We enjoy it. It doesn't matter, me, and basically what you just said. I believe you could agree to this, and all of us could agree. When we go out in the woods, who cares if we find anything? I just like being out there, you know. And the thing is, there's so much out there besides Bigfoot. I mean, people, when you get out into the woods, enjoy what's natural out there. What we, enjoy the things that we do know that is out there, such as the general wildlife, the sounds of the birds. I know that sounds corny, but those things there matter to me too. They really do. You know, um, like today, you know, or one of the times, not today, but there was a times I've been out there during the strong winds, and and you're just standing out there, listening to the trees knock together, watching stuff fall, debris fall, and hearing the knocks and booms and bangs just from the trees swaying and knocking into each other. Those kind of things, even those kind of times, I know it's not a really relaxing kind of time when you hear big tall trees banging and knocking together, but it's a learning experience. You learn from those things, you know. And just like any other weather or any season, there's always something to learn throughout the years when you enter the woods. And it's like, you know, that's not the woods is not our natural home, but if you spend enough time out there and if you love and respect nature, it becomes your home. Because we come to an understanding and a realization that nature is a home to thousands and thousands and thousands of other species and so forth. So we want to learn about others' homes. We don't want to invade it out of disrespect. We want to feel welcome when we come into these places. So it's just like Baltimore. When you and Zach came out here and I had you guys lodged here at my home. I wanted you guys to feel relaxed and at home here. It's my home, but I wanted you guys to feel welcome. And that goes for anyone else and anytime. So that's the thing. When we go out there, enjoy it. But the question is, what's destroying the credibility of Bigfoot is when the outsiders are looking in. And what do they see? What are they seeing? They're seeing hatred. They're seeing bickering. They see bashing. They see other people bashing others, taking other people and turning them against others for wrong reasons. And and what it's doing is it's making people don't realize the ones doing the bashing and the bickering daily. It's making them look childish, and it hurts us. Believe it or not, it hurts me, hurts you, hurts everybody around it. That's not regardless if they're involved or not, because we want to be taken serious. But it's the ones that are staring up the hornet's nest that's keeping the nest riled, and it. I'm losing my train of thought because it's actually kind of frustrating to really discuss, really, but there's people out there that are destroying it and ruining it for everybody else. So, and some of us just want to do our research, do our bigfooting in peace, you know, and it just the bickering and the bashing gets old. It really does, and it's only so many ways to ignore it, but one way or another, it comes back to us. It comes back to us, and it's just that's one thing that we don't need in this kind of thing. If people don't want to do research, if that's all they want to do is bicker and bash, and then talk about people, then they need to get off of social media. They don't need to be a part of this because we don't want this. And that's my message to anyone that hears the bickering and bashing. We don't want no part of it. Why? Because we never started it. And we don't want our names put in it no more. So I said my piece, and I'm going to leave it at that. So,
it's Daniel, there's, again, everybody's different. Everybody's different.
yep.
Everybody, it depends how the way someone's soul is, It's, they say that I have an old soul and I am calm, cool as a cucumber. man, but let me tell you one thing. I have my bad side. Because let me tell you one thing. But I learned how to control it. I know how to say certain things. I know, it's the way how you put your points across. You pick your battles. So you put certain things across. I try not to be making a fool out of shows. I try not to, insult people or nothing like that because that's part of my bringing up.
Right.
Because if people say that I follow the old traditions and the old ways and everything like that, well, you're not, because you are not following the old ways. Because the old ways, we respected each other. We helped each other. We fed the elders. We talked to the elders, and that's how we got our information from. And even too, we all worked together. It wasn't big. If there was a bickering going on, if there was a fight going on between the two other people, then they will pull them aside, and it depends upon these two people for them to talk about it. And that's what being a man is all about.
Yep.
You come up there. You don't have to bring everybody in. If there's somebody that has a problem with somebody else, pull them aside and say, "Hey, look, this is the issue that I have." And the thing is, again, number one, do not say anything in anger, because you're going to say something that you will regret.
Yep.
And the thing is, again, that's a part of being, and that's a part of who we are as a Native American people, and that's the way that we live by. And if you talk about the old ways, if you talk about the old ways and you say everything about the old ways, you better follow the old ways. If you don't do that, then you're not respecting the old ways. You're just
Yep.
doing whatever comes to your mind. And to me, that's wrong. So I kind of wish that all this stuff would stop. I kind of wish, I'm gonna say it. You know, I like Fred and I like Connie. We had our differences before in the past and we worked them out.
Right.
And the thing is, again, and that's the way I see it. That's the way I see it. And the thing is, again, I know that they're angry. I know everybody's angry and whatever. I think that everybody just needs to stop, take a chill, relax, regroup, and just keep on doing our job at hand, is researching. Let
Right.
Connie and Fred go into the woods because they're on the boots, they're on the ground, which I respect them for that. Photograph and everything like that. Again, if they see something, fine and dandy. Take pictures of it and stuff like that. And if somebody disagrees with certain things, well, you know what? That's their opinion.
Right.
So that's what I have to say about that.
Right. That's where we need to take this back to the point where everybody needs to learn to agree to disagree. If you don't agree with someone else's research, don't go bashing them. You could discuss it all you want. If somebody, like, if I share a piece of evidence or I post something, if some other podcast picks it up and discusses it, hey, cool. Hey, it's for discussions. People might learn from it. They might, there'll be agreements and disagreements about what it is, blah, blah, blah. Same thing we do. We do that too. We'll take, sometimes we'll see random photos on social media that get passed around. We'll share them and discuss them, real or not real kind of thing. And it could be real. It could be not real. If we say it's not real, then that's just our opinion. We're not telling the world it's not real. So there's a lot of misunderstanding too that's involved with everything that's being put out there. So, and then the other side of things too is people are only hearing one side of things, when if they look on the other side and listen to what was being said on the other side, they'll realize, wait a minute, none of this was never said. Why are we going along with it? So that's the big error. People are taking one side and running with it. And but overall, the whole point is that we need to learn to carry on with our research. And for those of us that want to live in peace and let our research be research, we didn't ask to get attacked. Um, we didn't ask to get accused of attacking others either. So yeah, what pretty much what Baltimore said. We love everybody. We don't hate nobody, and we are not after nobody. We want to carry on with our research plans and do what we are going to do. You know, we want to share with the world. We want to spread awareness. As we learn, as we discover, as we find things, we want to post and share for speculation and let people use it for discussions. So, so either way, you're right, John. Haters gonna hate no matter what. You're right, but you know what? Long as they know is that we mean no one no harm, and out of no disrespect to nobody. We you know we want to be left alone. So if people have questions about something, if they hear something, regardless if it's research, Bigfoot related, or whatever it may be, question the other source. Don't go along with one person say so. It's just like that's how we learn about things. That's how we learn. We ask questions. So don't ever assume anything. It's not safe to assume because the word assume. One thing we learned back in school: assume. ASSUME. You make an ass out of you and me. So don't do that. Sorry, I had to say that. What's that, Baltimore?
Are there any more questions in the live chat?
Let's see what we got here. Wait a minute. Zach is asking me, "Hey Daniel, are we gonna have dancing and karaoke at the after party?" Maybe Zach. Maybe Zach. We'll see.
Make sure he brings his fan.
Oh yeah, his little pink fan that he got from the Sheet Squatchers. Yeah. Oh, Nikki just sent me a message. She said, "No shit, we are on front row." She's at front row of the concert. That's awesome.
Oh wow.
Yeah, she just sent me a message. Question. Okay, yeah, we do have a question here. What are your thoughts on other cryptids such as the Loch Ness monster or the Tasmanian tiger? Oh yeah, well, it's no doubt that the Tasmanian tiger definitely exists. There's photo evidence of that. Multiple photo evidence of that, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, but
Yeah, that's about right.
now the Loch Ness monster, if he does exist, that'd be awesome. I do believe there was something that supports what the Loch Ness monster is said to be. I am definitely not going to dismiss the Loch Ness monster. I do believe that there is a possibility that there may be something related to the Loch Ness monster still existing. The only reason I say I believe there still is something there, there's got to be something. It, just like Megalodon, we don't know. I believe we may still have a Megalodon somewhere. What made me get to thinking? I know this is only a movie. I know, call me crazy, but I watched the movie The Meg. Has anyone seen that? Have you guys seen the movie? Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. You see the trench? I forget the name of that trench. But supposedly that trench is a real thing in the ocean, and I don't know. There could be a hidden species down there. That's because it's the water temperatures. I don't know. I like to believe there could be something like the megalodon, but I know this is kind of off subject here from the Loch Ness, um, but yeah, Loch Ness monster. I don't know. In my opinion, I believe there could be. I'm not going to say there is or is not, but I like to believe there is. So I don't know. What's you guys' take on that?
Go ahead, dude.
Uh,
Go ahead, Taylor.
Let's see here. I believe that there could have been a Loch Ness monster. Do I believe that it's there now? I don't. I wouldn't think that it would be in the same spot now. I think that it's either dead or I just don't see it being alive now because apparently there was only one of those, if I'm not mistaken, in that area of. But if you look back in like the prehistoric days, I mean dinosaur days, whatever you want to call it, there was stuff that looked exactly like what they described the Loch Ness monster. Could one have been left over? Possibly, possibly.
Yeah.
Could have been, but I just don't see it being. There's two different ways to look at it: millions of years old and thousands of years old. So I don't see it. I just don't see it being 1,000 years old either, or millions of years old. You know what I'm saying? Alive still. Could there been a family? Possibly, but Loch Ness, I do believe there was a Loch Ness. Mothman, I'm me on. If we're going to talk about crypto creatures, I think that could be mistaken. That's just too good to be true for me. A Mothman.
Yeah.
Bigfoot, I believe. Let's see. Am I missing any more? The
Chupacabra.
Chupacabra, I definitely believe in that. I think that could be real. I do.
Yeah, I do too. I believe in that.
That's one of my favorite ones, to be honest. I would love to go look for like chupacabra and stuff like that. I think that
Hey,
would be awesome.
I got a story for y'all. I got a story for y'all.
Oh yeah.
And this was, I want to say it was in the 80s, like early 80s. And we heard the sound and we knew that it was close. Just sound. It was a real strange sound, the sounds that I have never heard before. It was very odd. And my cousin and I got spotlights and started looking all the way around the house, underneath the house, and everything like that. We knew that there was something around. Nothing. We looked everywhere and nothing. And then all of a sudden, and then we still heard that growling sound or anything like that. I said, "Man, we don't know what this thing is." He goes, "We looked underneath the house, all around the house, nothing like that, nothing." And then when we went to sleep and everything like that, we woke up the next morning and we came up there and said, "Hey, dude," he goes, "You know one place that we didn't check?" He goes, "What's that?" The roof. And the thing is, again, I say that story because there's this lady that actually was attacked by one that it actually got on the roof and got on her and started scratching her back. And so the authorities were called, the police was called, and everything like that. And they took this lady to the emergency room, and they checked out her scratches to her back, and they never seen scratches like this before. And but what was ironic about it was the scratches on her back was healing quite rapidly. So and as the lady said that something just got on her back and just started scratching her. So
Could that you think could have been Mothman or Chupacabra? Or is
I
that what?
believe, see, because down here, Taylor, down here, dude, we have had stories down over here when they even had stories of Hermes, or something like that, half woman, half bird,
A
where
heartbeat?
where the lady actually shot it.
Oh wow!
And yeah, but what was wild about it, what wild about the whole story was it actually looked like it was nursing. And it was actually begging for his life, and they didn't shoot it. They didn't shoot it. They just let it go, and they were saying that there was actually a few of them flying overhead. And then and then after that, so they just left it alone, and nobody knew whatever happened to that. And they actually came out in the story around here.
Mm.
So because that story has been going on since I can remember.
Uh,
So yeah,
that
so
is
that happened
awesome.
like 1920s, 1930s.
That's
Mm.
awesome.
Yeah,
I'm
because
gonna look. I'm gonna look in more to the fly. I believe that story because that happened to either my great grand whenever they were still horseback riding. Something like jumped on his back and clawed him to death, and like he said that he could hear like strange sounds, but and that was like a scary story that passed down through my family, and they told me, and then that I, it's almost like the same as you. They said that he like ran through, and then he healed like really fast after that too, like his wounds and stuff. That's crazy you said that, and that was what was passed down through my family. So that's pretty cool.
Mm.
That's really cool.
See again, I mean, guys, he goes. Again, you just never know what's out there. I mean,
Mm,
you never know what's
exactly.
in these woods. I mean, we hear of all these. Again, it's always up to us to go into
Yeah.
these woods to learn certain things. I'll give an example. There's some grass that's growing right now in the creek bottom right now. That's the cousin to the corn plant. And it's a huge giant plant. So, maybe I'll answer. I paid everything.
Man. Well, it's guys. I think I might hop off here just because I gotta get up in the morning for work and stuff like that. But I definitely had fun on here with y'all guys tonight. That was awesome. I'm gonna look
Yeah,
up the flying the harpy stuff too because I forgot all about that. I want to look those up. That's
Okay.
pretty sweet. Yeah, yeah.
Well,
All right,
interesting.
all
yeah.
right. Well, I'll
Yeah,
hop.
I'm also gonna get off myself as well.
All
Um,
right. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, it's a midweek kind of thing. I don't want to run too late either. We've had a lot of interaction, a lot of great questions on the live
Yeah.
chat tonight. Everybody, we are going to go ahead and call this a night. And thank you guys for your support. And if
all righty.
it's not too late, the link is on there if you want to donate and become a sponsor. $100 to be a sponsor for the ECBR Virginia Bigfoot Con. June 29th. The PayPal link is in the description, and I've posted it in the live chat. So, yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to message us, ecbro98@gmail.com. Find us on Facebook. And you guys have a great night. And again, share this video around, share it around everywhere. And see you guys Friday night. We'll have a special guest on sharing his encounter and his sighting.
Good.
So,
all right.
So,
Night.
all right. Night, everyone.
See y'all.
All right. So, yeah, Friday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, you guys have a good night.